Have you ever contemplated what your future might look like if you decided to pack up and move abroad? The concept might seem exciting, but the realities can be complex and unpredictable. Imagine finding a new home in a country like Portugal, drawn by a favorable tax scheme designed to attract foreign residents. It's a dream come true, right? But then, the winds of change start to blow. The government decides the scheme is no longer justified. Protests erupt due to inflated housing prices. The very scheme you are benefiting from is under scrutiny. It's being labeled as a fiscal injustice. Suddenly, the dream destination may soon be no longer attainable. This is the uncertain future that can await you when you wait too long to move abroad. It's a future that can be shaped by forces beyond your control, by changing regulations, by shifting political landscapes. It's a future that demands action takers, and above all, proactive planning. Because the truth is, international policies and regulations are not set in stone. They are as fluid as the rivers that run through these foreign lands, constantly changing, constantly evolving. And if you're not prepared, if you don't have a plan B, you can find yourself caught in the tide, stuck in a destination you don't want to be in, and unable to get into the country you dreamed about. While the idea of starting anew in a foreign country can be enticing, it's important to be aware of the ever-changing landscape of international policies and regulations. Take the case of Portugal, for instance, a country known for its warm climate, vibrant culture, and an attractive tax scheme that has lured many expats over the years. The story of Portugal's low-tax scheme is a policy that was born out of necessity during a time of financial crisis. It was an ingenious solution designed to attract investors and professionals from across the globe. The scheme, known as non-habitual resident, offered a tempting 20% tax rate on Portuguese-sourced income and are exempt from paying taxes on global income for residents who decided to spend more than half the year in this beautiful country. And it worked. Oh, how it worked. People flocked to Portugal, drawn in by the promise of lower and no taxes, and the country began to flourish once more. But, as is often the case, this success came with its own set of challenges. The influx of foreign residents led to a surge in demand for housing, and the market responded as always does, with skyrocketing prices. This inflation started to stir discontent among the local population, leading to protests across the country. The very scheme that was designed to revive Portugal during the financial crisis was now seen as a cause of fiscal injustice, a clear case of a well-intentioned policy having unintended consequences. In response, Prime Minister Antonio Costa made a bold announcement. The tax scheme that had once been Portugal's lifeline would be scrapped for new applicants by 2024. The reason? It was no longer justified. A move that drew both applause and criticism, it served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance governments must strike when addressing economic challenges. As we see, the Portuguese government's decision to close this scheme to new applicants in 2024 is a stark reminder of how quickly the expat landscape can change. This is a perfect example of policy having unintended consequences. In response to the growing discontent and imbalance, the government decided to phase out the very scheme that had once been its safety net. It is yet another reminder of the importance of proactive planning and the realization that options for international relocation may be altered abruptly. Now, the low-tax scheme is anticipated to close its doors to new applicants by 2024. You must move quickly if you want to move to Portugal under the NRH program. If you're considering a move, even if it is not Portugal, now is the time to act. It's vital to keep yourself informed and plan ahead. It's not just about having a dream destination. Understanding the policies that regulate these places is key. Therefore, if you think the options you have now are still going to be available in 1, 3, or 5 years, you're probably going to be wrong. You will have missed the opportunity.